was an upset, for Super Eagles of Nigeria, who still occupy the fifth place, in the FIFA World Cup qualifier for Canada, Mexico, and in America. So in the fourth round game, which was played in Abidjan, in Cote d'Ivoire, so the Super Eagles of Nigeria, lost 2-1 to Cheetars of Benin Republic. The that's talking about the coach Rowe, General Rowe, who handled Nigeria for 5 years. So he defeated Finidi's team, the Super Eagles. So in the lackluster performance of the players. So if you look at the game generally, the Nigerian lovers of football is not happy with what happened. The silver medalist, who lost to Cote d'Ivoire in the final in the 2024 AFCON, early this year. So it was a disaster. As it is now, we still occupy the fifth position, so with 3 points, so which is, I think, is very, very hard at this moment. So we don't know what's going to happen. So, but Nigeria will still play Rwanda and Zimbabwe come next year, early in March. So it's just a big, big trouble in Africa, especially Nigerian football, as it is now. So a lot of things is going around in the minds of people who love the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Remember, we'd not qualified for 2022 World Cup in Qatar, and now it's looking, the chances is slim. So we hope. We don't know what's going to happen because Benin is stopping the lead, with 7 points. And we have Lesotho with 5 points, Rwanda 4 points, and South Africa, 4 points, Nigeria 3 points, and Zimbabwe 2 points. So we don't know what's going to happen, but in that game we have Onyedika Raphael, who played for Club Brugge, who scored in the 27 minutes of play, and not to forget about the Benin striker. We're talking about Duso, Duso Jodel, who got, who equalized the game in 37 minutes of play, and then later on we have Mooney, who scored also. It was a defensive error from Kevin Bassey. If people who watched the game, you could see the error from the defense line. So, the guy capitalized and scored, in this scored also the second goal. That's talking about Mooney. So that is a disaster for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, who has played 4 games. They draw 2, they draw 3, and they lose 1. So that is a big problem for Nigerian Super Eagles. So, and then the game, if you watch the game generally, you could see that the Super Eagles, could not dictate the pace of the game, from the striking. We have the strikers, I don't know, on their feet. It's like they were not moving. A lot of things happened in that game, so which we never expected. So there are some who showed a little bit of, glimpse, a little bit of, display, but at the same time, that's not what we expected from the Super Eagles. If we miss this World Cup, it's going to be a disaster for, Nigerian football. So I think we need to just go back to the boardroom, go back, look at players in the local league, look at other players, playing in the foreign league, around Europe, even in Africa. So we need young players. So some of them is like, I don't know what happened. Is it jet lag? Is it traveling to Abidjan? It's not too far from Nigeria to Abidjan. So they look, tired in that game. They were not moving. The defense line is flat, and then so it's just a big blow for Nigerian football. So if we not afford to, if we miss this World Cup, it's going to be a big mess for Nigerian football. So we need to just look at the Finidi, the federation, the Nigerian Football Federation. I think it's the high time they have to look into what's going to happen. Technically, the areas, the players who are playing, are they committed 100%? Are they fit to play for Nigeria? Even after some of them, they introduce a lot of players. We have Polonucci, who played also, and Victor Boniface, who came in. A lot of them. So nothing is being done. So I think it's high time Nigeria have to go back to drawing board. We look at the players in the local league. We look at young ones who are growing up. Maybe under 17, under 20. I think for me personally, what I felt is Nigeria should just execute the remaining games with some players, maybe local players. They have to bring in local players at this moment. Yeah, if it's other countries, I think I don't want to mention there's some countries whereby now, as it is, these are the people, bulk of these players, they played in 22 World Cup qualifiers. So most of them are still there. So if they can't qualify now, I think it's high time the federation, the coach, the technical crew have to look for other players who execute the match come 2025, because we just need to produce new players, set of crop of players. Then those who are still um, important in the game, who play 120%, from the heart, can still be included. But those who, I think the coaches know better, and the football federation, so the fans are really looking forward to see a new team, because there's no hope. If you watch comment in the magazine, the sport paper around Nigeria, the fans are just, they feel bad in this situation we are. It happens in football, but this time is the worst time for Nigerian football. We don't afford to miss two World Cup, between 8 years for 4 years. So we need outright a new team who can try. Yeah, personally, if it's me, I'm in the shoe, I think we just have to select some players, maybe to execute other matches against Rwanda, Zimbabwe. So we don't need to bring people who cannot score, who cannot defend, who cannot play collectively, in the midfield. So I think this is a big blow for Nigerian football, as it is, because Benin Republic, this is the second time they defeat Nigeria. So if you look at the history, you look at the Benin Republic, most of their players play in the French League, Brest, second division, most of them. And then we have players in the Premier League, even though some who qualify to play in the Premier League, these are top players who have been playing in the Premier League. And then we have the Benin players, some are local based players. So if they can motivate and play this kind of football, then why not the Super Eagles of Nigeria? So for me, I think if you bring in local players, with some few foreign players, we need to change the team. We can't keeping these guys, and they give people heart attack in Nigerian football. I mean, the lovers of football are not happy with what is happening, despite we played silver medalists, in the last Nations Cup. So I think we need to, rewrite the story. We need to bring in, some fresh legs, some few players who are ambitious, who want to play. So you just to select those ones who are ready to play, the young ones who are ready to play, to commit 100%. So that's what I can say at the moment for, concerning Nigeria and Benin Republic. So that's it now, and then I will update you more on the, football. So I'll still remain yours, Daniel Ufomadu. So talking sport here.